When we covered the Beijing punk scene, we were surprised by how apolitical most of these bands were. So we decided to meet up with Cui Jian, the grandfather of Chinese rock. Cui Jian is the biggest rock star in China, and he's probably more punk than all the new bands put together. He wrote the song Nothing to My Name that became the anthem of the student revolution of '89, and the album it was featured on was the best-selling record in China's history. Since Cui Jian has witnessed China's massive change, we thought that he might have some answers to why the country that invented stuff like paper and the compass hasn't really come up with anything new lately.
We've been here in Beijing for a week and a half already, and we've been meeting a lot of young bands. It's basically all rock and roll. Has China kind of run out of new ideas, or why all these Western influences?
We start from Western classical music. When I was 14 years old, I started play trumpet. Someone doesn't really think this is Western. They will say, this is a fashion, this is international. Don't believe someone said Chinese rock and roll is so active. Only in Beijing, few clubs in the weekend. The huge country. No, it's a joke. It's a joke. If it's not cultured yet, everybody copying, it's something wrong because they lose their own creativity. They listen to Western music. They have a much better system, but they don't create. It's a real situation in China. What the young people really thinking about in China. But I don't think you can get this from CCTVs, or you can get some more on street. I don't think you can get something who tell you the truth. If people telling the truth, it's a good image for the country, for the government. The young people say something bad about this country, it doesn't mean they don't like this country. Maybe just because they love this country and they don't feel satisfied and they say something because they want to change it.
Shouldn't China still be creating something new since you're such a big nation?
Once I appreciate you asking me these questions, why China has such huge history and culture, and then they just want to leave them alone and listen to the Western, music or culture. So it's a good question, and a lot of people will keep thinking about it. I don't think my answer is right, even for now. A lot of things I have to keep thinking, but it's very, very important. Because I don't think this is a matter of Chinese young people. I think this is a big matter of the whole world. Because China is big, and China has really beautiful culture. Confucius is totally destroyed the culture of China. It's the worst part of China. Confucius teach people how to be nice to people, but not nice to themselves. To be polite, to my parents, I have to be nice to them. But they're totally lost the direction about searching themselves. This is the bad part of the culture. Don't listen to him. He's old guy, born 2,000 years old ago, and he says something. For that moment, it's okay, but not for now. Wake up, young people. Wake up, Chinese young people. Don't believe that.
The fact that Cui Jian is so popular and outspoken has put him in difficulties with the Chinese government. People can buy his records since he's managed to get around the censorship boundaries through allegoric lyrics. But to see China's biggest rock star perform live is a whole different deal. He hasn't been able to play any major venues in China since his inappropriate stage behavior on the fundraising tour for the 1990 Asian Games, and according to Western media, has been banned from playing live.
Actually, it's not right. I played in some small club in the past 20 years. Every year I have to play at least 2 or 3. But I cannot play in a bigger stadium for 10 years, for 12 years. Every year we try to have a concert in Beijing. But every time it's the same. We almost get the permission, and then we have a problem. Maybe we're not banded, we just work with not right person or company.
How do you make sense of it?
You don't have to make any sense. This is China. You know, it's like for this country or the government or the economic developed without anybody losing face. You know, it's kind of a game in some way.
Still, you managed to kind of not play the game. You did your own.
I did. I played a lot of games. I have to say that. I'm a good player in some way. I learned how to answer questions. I'm playing game now, actually. I know. I don't want to leave. But the game is my game. I don't want to tell lie. I have to be careful what kind of words I pick up.
You've been playing a lot of shows abroad. You told me you were in the US. What do you feel is the Western world's perception and opinions about China?
Playing in New York City is not really like playing in the America because so many Chinese community. Even when I was playing in Central Park, I think the Chinese people is more than in Beijing. I play. You know, if I play in park in Beijing, I think, well, a lot of foreigners. But in Central Park, New York City, no, all 6,000 Chinese people. I remember I played in Rockskill Festival, you know that, in Denmark, and in 1996, and we played at the same time with the Sex Pistols at different stages. When we played, there was 5,000 audience there, no Chinese, none, 一个都没有.
When you're in the US or in Denmark or wherever you are, how do Western people react to China?
Okay, the journalists always ask me political questions. They talk about June 4th. They ask me like, you know, you have a freedom, performance, you know, but I don't think this is the right communication for me with the European people or American people. The only thing I really think we start to communicate is just talking to friends. And then we talk about the problem, right? You know, with no journalist, with no media. And I can feel, you know, we can really talk. I don't have fear. You know, fears is part of culture in this country, or 50 years history, maybe in 2000. Fears, maybe everywhere. In America, same. Everybody has fears, but it's different for different reasons. So when we talk about politics, when people talk about freedom, people have fears.
We started to understand why Cui Jian is such an icon, as our chat with him turned into one of the most keen and precise explanations of the Chinese psyche that we've ever heard. Even though over a fifth of the world's population lives in China, it's rare to find Chinese music that actually has something to say.
Almost everybody that we meet know your songs and say that you mean a lot to them.
Maybe they hate. It's too old for them.
I kind of get the impression that you're important to them, and it makes us wonder, what are your songs about?
Different song has different meanings. Love songs. Someone will say it's another meaning behind the love song, like political meanings, like piece of red cloth, you know, like rock and roll on the New Long March, like balls under the red flag. I don't want to say that really clearly because I don't have to, because sometimes I feel the politics and the love in some way is all one point is the same, is hate and love. It's complicated, but you cannot live without it. That's why Chinese people, they would think my lyrics is more important than my music, is because they can really get every word from what I'm trying to give. My generation is like born in the early 60s, or a few years earlier. We were the first generation, create. My parents, they are, holding guns, get the country controlled, and then we are the first generation under that generation. So we call this our generation, revolution generation. You have your own story, and you try to tell your own feeling, which is different from the older generation. It's different from the revolution. And it's kind of freedom. And we were pretty lucky because we were the first generation try to, complete, freedom to release our own, feelings. So by the earlier generation, they write songs like a revolutionary pop songs.
I read an interview where you said something about people used to be heroes and now they care more about having a nice salary. Do you think why this generation have a lot of money concerns is because they are the generation under the capitalism?
Actually, this is the lyrics, part of the lyrics of the song called "The Balls Under the Red Flag." So, the people, they lose their direction for money, but not used to. Not used to be, used to. The earlier generation, they have a very clear, direction, revolution, and then there's just liberation, whatever. And the next generation, they just don't believe anything. They just believe what I can get, what I can control in my hand. I think the money is most controllable, or the money is help them to control their lifestyle.
What do you listen to right now?
There's a lot of jazz, hip hop, Radiohead. I'm a big fan of Beastie Boys and Public Enemy, Miles Davis, Rolling Stones. I love Rolling Stones. I like Eminem, but I don't want to listen very, very often. Elliot.
Missy Elliott?
Miss Elliott. My daughter introduced her to me. My daughter is 14 years old, and she said, "This is cool stuff." Prince, one album is my favorite. Always, like Purple Rain is my favorite album.